Well, it's that time again. Pokemon is a series that I have a complicated relationship with. I actually don't dislike it, but I also do dislike it because the people working on it sometimes just don't feel like putting the effort into it. Actually, there's a better way of putting that. Pokemon is a series that is capable of making good games, but they're also not capable of making good games. I love Pokemon Legends. I genuinely would consider that to be one of the best Pokemon games ever made. And so I had high hopes for Scarlet and Violet. I had bets that this game was going to be something amazing, great, outstanding, but what I got instead was a game that I did not enjoy. There are people out there that do enjoy Scarlet and Violet, I just don't. The battle system for me was just very slow and boring. The game is way too easy. I couldn't finish this game, and moving forward, I started to become very cautious of Pokemon, and now here we are with Generation 10, and well, it looks fine. That's all I could say about it. I'm just not impressed with it. When I first saw it, I was just like, oh, it's just another Pokemon game that doesn't really have much of an art style to it. I won't deny that there hasn't been improvements. The graphics definitely do look better, and there are textures that also definitely look better. The water looks pretty nice. The grass looks pretty nice. Even the sky looks pretty nice, but even then, I'm just not impressed. Going into this, I was expecting the art style to go for something that looked similar to Poké Tournament, where with that game, I would say it has a semi-realistic art style, which I'm not always the biggest fan of, but for some games it does work. I will say the world of this game does intrigue me. Like, what's going on this time around? What's the story going to be? Like, what are we doing out here? If you've paid attention to the leaks, you'll be traveling across the sea to multiple different islands, and I really like this idea. I could see potential in it. I think this approach to the open world is a lot better than what they were doing in Scarlet and Violet, having there be a bunch of islands you go to by traveling the ocean. Getting back into how this game looks, what is bugging me has to be the character models. They really don't look all that impressive. They look exactly the same, just like the last few Pokemon games. Some of the Pokemon do have polish to them, just like other things with this game, but the character model, I am really bugged by this. The main character that you play as, or the avatar that you make, it really doesn't look all that different. It looks like the same copy and pasted model we've seen time and time again. I was expecting something different, and I did not get that, and I do not want to get my hopes up with this game and get disappointed once again. But this might surprise you. I actually own Pokemon Legends ZA, and I actually kinda like that game, I'm not even gonna lie to you. But it made me come to two realizations. Wait, I actually like this game, and I enjoy it, but also, Pokemon is capable of making games with fun and enjoyable gameplay, but maybe, just maybe, you don't always need to have nice looking graphics. Now don't get it twisted, I do wish these games looked better. I think the only modern Pokemon game that actually has an art style, to some extent, is the first Pokemon Legends game, and even then, it doesn't look the best, but hey, at least it is an art style, to an extent. The gameplay of Wind and Waves is the most important aspect of this game, and if it's not done right, then the game is not going to be something that I enjoy. I couldn't get into Scarlet and Violet due to how easy it was, and you could argue, oh, well, that's just how the game is supposed to start off, but even the easiest of games can still offer a challenge and still be fun at the same time. And I just thought of one of the best ideas. We now have two different battle systems for Pokemon, but what if both of those styles were merged together? You can have the Legend style of gameplay and the Standard style. Can you imagine the potential? Even if they don't want to do that, maybe you can still introduce some sort of new battle system or build upon the one you already have with something new. The last thing I want to talk about is the release of this game. I bet a lot of people were expecting it to come out this year. I did too, but no, it's coming out in 2027, and that is a good thing. That is very good. The various things that I've complained about might be changed. Maybe the character models will look different. Maybe the overall art style might change too. Actually, there isn't much of an art style, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So, everything I'm complaining about might be for nothing. Pokemon Wind and Waves has a lot of potential behind it, and a lot of hype too, and I can understand if you're excited for this game, but for me, I want to be cautious. I really want this game to be good, but I have to wait to see if that's true or not. So for now, who knows? One thing is certain though, can we agree that these starters are kinda lame? Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, they're not bad, but they're also not good.